You can see the motorcade now heading out from State House. Those are live pictures only here on Citizen TV. CS Betty Maina was speaking earlier on and saying that the expansion of markets for Kenyan products is one of the biggest achievements in her docket. They were all lined up at State House earlier on to go and speak to the president on the final Madaraka Day before he exits in 69 days when the elections will be held on the 9th of August. So they were saying what has been achieved in their different dockets. So CS Betty Maina spoke about securing the market in Britain after Brexit, expansion of the export processing zones, industrial output, she says that has also increased. Earlier on, the CS for Interior, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, who also served as the CS for Education, also gave an account of what he believes are the greatest moments and the greatest achievements in his current docket, which is the Interior and Security. He says that challenging times, but also exciting times. He's mentioned that there was a strengthening of the security and creating confidence in the people. He did admit, though, that terrorism still remains a threat, but he mentioned that they are ready for any security challenges. He also mentioned the registration of persons being improved so far and having different stations where people can now get their passports within one day. He also highlighted the employment of security police officers. He said that there were more than 10,000 every year, and in the 10 years now, that could add up to about 100,000 police officers. He said that the number of police officers to persons being guarded has reduced, the ratio has reduced vastly from 1 to 900 to 1 to 600. He says this only happened during this regime. It is almost a showcasing of what the president has managed to achieve in his 10 years tenure as the head of state. And it is expected that also during this Madaraka Day, he will speak about those achievements himself during the Madaraka Day that is happening at the Uhuru Gardens. This should be through the State House Road as they're heading straight to Uhuru Gardens, where the celebrations for Madaraka Day is happening right now as we speak. CS Peter Munya for Agriculture, who also served as under trade, said that it is a time when they've changed the lives of farmers, thereby expanding trade and dealing with the bottlenecks. He also mentioned that the locust invasion was one of the biggest challenges that faced the agricultural industry, but mentioned that they've managed to deal with it and form a precedence in the country as well. But he also mentioned that the returning or reforms in the tea sector that increased its earnings by almost close to 10 billion shillings was one of the greatest achievements that he achieved during his time there as a CS. Most of them, and this is now the transition because it is the final time they'll be there as CSs in those particular dockets. It's not clear what formation will look like after this. But there's a transition government coming through on the 9th of August. There'll be a change of guard there. And that's the reason why the president, speaking to them earlier on, had thanked them for the service and also mentioned that he has steered the country in the right direction for prosperity. Over at the Uhuru Gardens, quite a number, the guard of honor is already there waiting to receive the president. The NMS boss was seen there earlier on. The service commanders have already arrived. The deputy president is also there. It's a delegation of about 30,000 people waiting for this final day. They were speaking earlier on to our teams on the ground.